Hey, boys and girls, weather report for August 6th, 2021.
Hello.
How y'all?
I've been doing all right. How about you?
David?
Wonderful.
Now you can start a conversation.
Not really. Shitty day today. I don't know.
Really?
Sucky day. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, down day.
You reminded me how pitiful my life was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
So I think I was reflecting on that today, and
oh my.
Yeah. Look what you did. Look what you did to me.
I'm sorry. I apologize. But I don't know. Yeah, my kids are always complaining that I always have happy news for them, and I really cheer them up all the time. Probably just the way I am.
Every time I go outside, I'm all upset over my garden. My garden's such shit.
Oh, I should fly out there and help you out.
I tried to spruce it up a little bit today, but I've given up on it. It's pretty much gone. Like, I mean, I'm gonna get some stuff out of it, and it's a very small garden, but it just didn't do good. This was probably one of my worst years I've had. Like, for some reason, I don't know why.
Is it the rainfall?
I think so. Yeah, it was just kind of it's been a wet summer. Like, yeah. I mean, my pool has really not been used a lot. Like, probably the least in I don't know how many years this year.
Oh, I got a quick question, Speed. That cover picture that you did for today with the man hitting the kid with the big book. What's the actual caption under there? The original caption.
There was no caption on that.
Oh, I just had to know, but oh well. Yeah, maybe I'll figure out a way to find it.
I didn't even look at the article that it was that I found it in. I'd have to search again. And I looked all over for people getting hit on the head with a Bible, because nobody ever picks on Georgia Purdom because she is such a nice person and such a pleasant person to listen to, and she's a really intelligent person. But Georgia Purdom says the dumbest things. She just. And have you watched Paula Gia do the ham and eggs, right? He covers them all the time. Right. Anyway, nobody picks on Georgia Purdom. They've got her doing all kinds of stuff. She's doing she does geology and physics and all kinds of things that are outside her field. And it turns out she's done some work in microbes and genetics. And she's published quite a few papers, most of which are on creationist sites, but some of them are in good journals, and they're decent papers. So, I mean, she does some work. But I listened to her testimony, but I thought, first of all, somebody, I don't think this is John Maddox's girlfriend.
Wait. I wanted to give a little backstory on this now, right? I think now we all know that John Maddox is talking about doing maybe some street preaching out in front of the church, right? He talked about doing that. And we think we've discovered his ex-girlfriend here that beat him to it, and she's doing a little street preaching here. So I'm not sure, but I think it could be.
Okay, and this isn't for children.
Yeah.
I want to make that fucking clear.
Yeah. Okay. Any young people need to go away right now. They need to close the browser. They need to go outside and jump into the nearby ditch, because this is not meant for young ears.
And cover your head, but because we don't like to see young people preach to. So, and this is some pretty serious preaching. So.
I'm trying to help you. I'm sorry, but I don't need your help. Yes, you do, motherfucker.
Sound okay?
Yes. Yeah. You're
Sound,
good.
You do.
sound levels.
You do need my
Okay.
help, sir. Can't you see that, you son of a bitch?
Could you please just let me check out my groceries?
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker.
Wow, this is.
You got to ask Jesus Christ.
I
We're
don't
all
have
sinners.
to do anything.
We're all sinners.
Okay.
He's not going to force you to do
You're
it.
sinning right now.
No, I'm not, motherfucker. You fucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking accuser. You motherfucking accuser. Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
You motherfucking accuser. Accuser of the fuck.
This scares me. What the hell is going on?
Yeah. Can you imagine running into that? Holy crap.
It goes on for a while. I don't think I'm going to play too much of it, but I will link this in my description. But let's see where she gets into. Okay, listen.
I mean, it's
Oh, let's see.
There it is.
Because the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Oh, gentle Jesus.
Now, I'm not sure if John's going to do that kind of preaching that he talked about. But
Maybe.
if his ex-girlfriend is doing that kind of preaching, I would suggest he do something a little bit different.
Right.
Did John say he was going to be a preacher or something? Did I miss something?
Yes.
Yeah, he said he's going to ask the local church to let him set up one of those tables.
Oh
where
my God.
He asked people to change his mind, based on, I forget who the guy is that does that. He does it at campuses.
Like
Have you
Ray
seen that?
Comfort?
Oh, I know
No,
you're talking
no.
about. He goes up against Sam Cedar a lot. Or I can't remember the guy's name. It'll come to me eventually.
What's the name of those guys that?
Well, that's
He
Cliff
does-
and Stewart. Connecty, they're preachers.
Those two. That's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, they
He
do
does-
campus preaching.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
he
talking
does-
about
Stephen Crowder. Yeah, thanks, Leo.
Leo. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He does the change my mind.
Yeah.
That guy.
meme.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
does confrontational stuff at campuses, and he ends up getting into some shit, I think.
Yeah.
If he's the one I'm thinking of. So
I could you imagine John Maddox setting up a little table, just trying to debate people all day?
Exactly.
I'm hoping he's going to put out the ones where he gets punched in the face, because I got a feeling that's going to happen occasionally.
Oh my goodness. Well, if it does happen, and I hope it doesn't, but if it does
Yeah, I know.
happen, it'll probably be warranted.
Yeah.
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 Can you imagine how embarrassing that's going to be for the church? Like, seriously.
So where did this come from? I didn't know he was gonna,
He was on Smokey
Do a church
Stream, and
thing.
and they asked him what he was going to do next, and he was talking about it. So he's
Lord.
he's trying to set it up. So it's
Well-
going to be a riot if he does.
Yeah, if you want Karen videos, there's a channel that's part of the Young Turks called Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie, and he has a segment every few days called "I Wish a Karen Would," where he
Wish
Yeah,
a
he-
Karen would.
he has plenty of material. I don't think he's going to run out of material. For a
No.
I
long
get
time.
one. I get a link from him 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Oh.
I rang his bill. So
You
anyway,
rang his bill.
Yeah. Once you've watched a couple of their videos, then they'll keep popping up for you. Yeah.
yeah, but he censors them. So he ran this grocery store, Karen, but he censored out all curse words, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't leave anything. I mean, she was
Yeah.
just
Well, that same person, from those videos he does, that same person has also been filmed or recorded like at drive-throughs, getting out, shouting and cursing
Oh, my
at the
Lord.
staff, pulling
same
on
woman?
equipment that's hanging out there, and then of course I told you the one about where she forced a garbage truck to stop to the point where it ran into her, and she runs up there and starts yelling at him, and then doing some sort of chicken imitation, where she ends up on the side of the road on the ground clucking. So
That's her?
That's her. This person is, I believe, not just she's mentally ill. I believe that's my opinion. I'm not a psychologist.
Yeah,
but I don't see how you can do all that without being some sort of mentally ill. He probably needs medicine.
The thing is, I've met people like that from my hometown, and they weren't mentally ill particularly. They were just kind of dicks. They were. But I've actually met somebody that was very much like that, and she'd really get in your face like that. Not with Christianity, but with just anything. They just scary.
So they were a bunch of John Maddoxes.
Yep. Okay, so we got a little bit from Georgia Purdom here. So I was wondering, how did Georgia Purdom get to be Georgia Purdom? Is what my question was. So I went out and started listening to a few of her videos, and I found this testimony one, which is about 9 minutes long. There are just a few parts I'd like to play, but give this a listen.
Hi, this is Georgia Purdom, and this is my personal testimony. So I grew up in Ohio in the United States, and I was born into a Christian family, and my parents loved the Lord, and I grew up in church, and they always taught me that God's Word is truth, and that was very foundational and very much a part of my home and my upbringing. And so one year when I was about 8 years old, I went away to church camp and was really convicted by learning that I was a sinner.
Okay. I have questions.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Did she shortchange somebody in her lemonade stand? Was that the sin that an 8-year-old does?
Probably. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
what can an 8-year-old possibly do exactly? Yeah.
Right. She was convicted.
Yeah. Like,
they can disappoint mommy and daddy.
Like, why would God send an 8-year-old to burn in hell?
I know.
Like, why would that make you want to worship him, that you're so young, yet you still feel threatened, eternally threatened by this God?
So I'm 1 minute into the video, and I think I understand how Georgia Purdom got to be Georgia Purdom.
It's all that control, right? I mean, you grew up with that, right, Romania?
Right? What was that? I'm sorry.
You grew up with that type, right? It's all manipulation and control, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. For example, anytime my parents would ask me a question about a serious topic, and by serious topic I mean, did you hit your brother?
Right.
And before I would answer, they would say, just remember, God is listening, and if you're lying, you know where liars go. And it's so traumatizing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, no, mommy, I didn't hit him.
I feel very fortunate that I just never had to go through anything like that.
Nope.
Never had that.
Well, there was that period when my mom was taking me to church, and I was afraid that my aunts and uncles were going to, I was afraid to masturbate at night because my aunts and uncles would be watching from up in heaven.
Yeah, I had similar thoughts as a kid.
Yeah. And it's like, holy shit, every time one of them would die, I'd just be fucking mortified. It's, oh shit, no, Auntie Annabelle's going to be watching.
I have not thought about that in a long time, but yes, when my grandfather died, I think I was 11, and I remember being in the bathroom next to the window that's beside the toilet, and I was thinking, is he watching me right now as I as I take a dump?
Yeah, it's very disconcerting. It's horrible. Anyway,
mental child abuse.
Yeah, so let's see.
In need of salvation, that I had been disobedient to God, and that I needed Him to save me.
What did she do?
And so I talked with some people and prayed and asked to receive Christ.
Maybe she tore the head off her Barbie.
Yeah.
With this device. I don't know.
Hey, now, I was just going to say, the irony of this all is that if she did not feel convicted as an 8-year-old, then according to most Christians, she would not go to hell. She would go to heaven if she died as that young, because she hasn't reached the age of accountability. But as soon as she realized that she was a sinner, quote unquote, that's when her age of accountability is up. So she'd have to repent right then and there or risk eternal hellfire.
Well, she uses that word convicted twice. What does that mean? I was convicted.
Basically, it's this idea that if you do something wrong, or at least that you consider to be wrong, you feel bad for it. And instead of saying that's your conscience, it's the Holy Spirit convicting you of your sin. It's the Holy Spirit making you feel bad so that you will repent of whatever sin that you committed. Really, stupid.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, I still hear it all the time.
Parlance. Yeah, conviction. Basically, it's feeling guilty about something you do, and instead of blaming your parents, you blame God.
Wow.
You assign the source of that guilt to God.
Right. Yeah. If you do something wrong and you feel bad for it, that's being convicted by God through the Holy Spirit. Just silly stuff. But it really can be crippling, though, when you truly believe that.
Yeah.
Because,
well,
it sounds like it had a real impact on her. I mean, and then
that's a typical testimony. When somebody goes to church camp and something makes them think they need to go forward, and they call that being convicted of their sins.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
At 8 years old.
Well, kids are impressionable, and they've seen teenagers and adults, that they look up to doing it on Sunday mornings sometimes, or during revivals. They learn the dramaturgy of it all, and part of that for evangelicals is, what they used to call anxious benches back in the early 19th century, and they had names for it like throughout the Great Awakenings and stuff. But this basically just going forward and talking and praying with a preacher or some appointed minister, and either receiving Christ, or sometimes people, they look forward just to rededicate their lives to serving Christ more faithfully.
And Speed, if you haven't seen this documentary called Jesus Camp, came out maybe 2 years ago.
I did. I did.
Yeah, that's a prime example of what he's talking about.
Oh, I'll never forget that. I mean, I watched that, I think, right around the time it came out, and it just horrified me. Because I hadn't gotten into this whole creationist community at all back then. And I was like, what in the fuck am I watching?
That was my childhood, essentially.
Oh my God, these kids were crying. And like that picture of that girl on the cover, she's just bawling, over abortion. And she was like, what, 11 years old? And it's like, do you even know what the fucking abortion is?
And it's not just abortion. It's, hey, you can't watch Harry Potter because that's praising Satan.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speed didn't read your poem because you're always wrong. Oh, did he write a goddamn poem again, Dessel Drace?
I did see that poem. I didn't read it, but I saw it.
Where do you write a poem?
Let me see here.
How can you be? Oh, here it is. How can you be wrong in a poem? It's hard to be an Ellen Watts. One needs brandy and wine and mismatching socks. One needs vague definitions and emotional stares and an unkempt beard with 20 long, jutting hairs. Very beautiful. How strenuous it must be to remain so lax and carefree, and how sore be thine ass after so long on the grass neath the lazy Bodhi tree. Oh, I love it, Dessel. You are a fucking poet.
Alan Watts, but yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. Yep. Dessel doesn't like Ellen so much. Ellen was a drunken Buddha.
Yeah, he really was. He was a drunken modern day Buddha.
Yeah, he was wonderful. Okay, I'm going to play there's a little more backstory here with Georgia.
And I remember, although I was only 8, I can remember distinctly walking out of there and just feeling like this freedom, just like a heavy burden sort of had been lifted off my heart and my life. And I remember that and just feeling very differently after that.
I just want to point out that when my kids were 8, I didn't put any fucking heavy burdens on them to begin with. So they would not have had that experience, because in an atheist household, there are no heavy burdens.
Right.
It's like, stop beating your brother up, that sort of thing, but that's about it. Yeah.
Hey, Speed, Dr. Josh is in the side chat. Hello, Dr. Josh.
Hey, Dr. Josh. Hello. Okay, so anyway, there's more to this Georgia Purdom thing. There's a little bit of genetics coming, I hope.
And so, of course, I continued to grow and mature in Christ. And then when I was about 14, I went to a teen sort of another kind of camp experience. And it was there that I was really convicted that if I was a Christian and I was really growing in my faith, that I needed to, there were certain things that should be evident in my life as a result of that. And I really needed to commit my life to Him, to allow God to direct my life and help me make those choices. And
okay, anyway, I can just tell you what happens. So she goes to college, to a Bible college, and gets a degree, I think in biology or molecular biology. And it is a Bible college, and they have a mission. They have a mission statement. And then she goes and teaches at another Bible college. She gets her PhD. And she does some actual papers in the meantime, and some research, gets a PhD, and then she goes and teaches at a Bible college, and then she goes to AIG, and her whole mission is to figure out. I've got another video here where I can tell you what her mission is.
Oh boy.
Yep. So it makes sense when you get the backstory, and that's what I wanted from her, because she seems like she's such a nice person.
It's always puzzling to me how you can have these loony types of Christians. I mean, granted, all Christians to some extent are loony, but how you can have these loony young earth creationists and these, I was at 8 years old feeling convicted of going to hell. How you can have them, but yet they're doctors. It's like, wow, that's crazy.
The PhDs, yeah.
Yeah, PhDs at that.
But here's the thing. She shut her mind off early. And the whole time she went to college, she didn't look at any of the possibilities that would have convinced her of evolution. So she completely shut out everything the whole time she was going through this. She's a lifelong Christian with her head in the sand. And
sounds right.
Here's her mission.
Sure. So one of the things that's really fascinating to me is obviously when God originally created bacteria, which is especially what I focus on, they were all very good. But we know that in today's world, some of them do cause disease. So my interest is what has caused that? Like, how have they changed and or adapted to now cause disease in some situations? And
okay, so bacteria were created perfect, so they didn't cause disease. Okay, and then they became bad bacteria after the fall. So before the fall, there were no bad bacteria. And okay, so she goes on, and I clipped 4 videos if you want to listen to more. I don't think we have to listen to too much. But now her thing is that, okay, all mutations are bad mutations. They create, they lose function, or they do something wrong, right? Now, for a bacteria to attack another organism, how does it lose function and do that? And she kind of glosses over that part. So she insists that all of the current mutations that we've seen in Lenski's bacteria are loss of function mutations, right? And well, there's some other things here where she keeps saying the same thing over and over again.
I do some peer review, yes.
Could you explain a little?
That's her peer review. We'll just listen to that real quick.
What is peer reviewing, and what is your role in that?
Mm-hmm. So I think there's several different levels of peer review that I do. So I'm actually the chair of the editorial review board at Answers in Genesis, and that review board consists of myself and several other people, and we review all content that Answers in Genesis produces.
Yeah, and that's not peer review. Forget it. Anyway, she's got that wrong.
She sounds like good video material, if I'm honest.
Yep. Let's see. I got another one.
All right. So her original Bible college that she went to, was it accredited, or did she?
I think it was accredited. Yeah.
Oh, so she actually got a real degree, basically, because she went on and got a PhD. Did she say where she got her PhD? Was another?
I think she got that from a legitimate Ohio State, I think.
Oh,
okay. I think
yeah.
she said Ohio State.
I think, I know we talked somewhere along the line. We talked about her before. Or somebody did. I can remember. Yeah.
Yep.
I've never heard of her, so I'm. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't.
Don't you watch Apologia?
Yes, I love Pauly G. I haven't watched his stuff in a couple of weeks, but I love his channel. He's got some great stuff. His
ham and egg series is always very, very often has Georgia on the panel. So she's sitting there with she's one of those.
Okay, so I'm sure I've seen her then. It just doesn't ring a bell, but I'm sure I've seen her then.
Yep. Well, let's see what she says here.
Oh, doing really well. Really busy as always, but doing good.
Okay. I just wanted to clip that part to show you what a she is charming. Okay. I'm really taken by her. I'm sorry, but I like her. So this guy,
authors Terrace and Ryle wrote, when thinking about evolution, Charles Darwin's theory of natural selection or survival of the fittest is ingrained as the reason why some organisms thrived and others faltered. But our cultural understanding of fittest focuses on brute strength and size. What if there was another way to explain the success of some species?
Creationists seem to be caught up on that strength and size thing, but what if there's another way?
I think they still think survival of the fittest literally means who's the biggest and baddest, and not who's most adaptable to change.
Right. And the smartest and all of that, Yeah.
Right. That's where they lose it. Yep.
They went on to say that exhibiting what they deemed to be friendly behavior conferred a survival advantage to said friendly organisms, saying, thinking about survival of the fittest as the big, the strong, and the meanest are somehow superior is to totally misconstrue Darwin's idea. Darwin's only argument was that individuals who leave more offspring are fitter. True. We think our species is another one of those where friendliness wins, and that life's best strategy and the most successful strategy is when an organism finds a new way to be friendly and a new way to cooperate. And dogs actually are exhibit A of that. We have really nice evidence that from experimental work and also a variety of other types of studies that dogs became extremely friendly as a result of their interactions with us. Dr. Purdom, this article linked natural selection, or Darwin's theory of evolution, together. But are natural selection and Darwin's theory of evolution one and the same?
No, that's one of the things that we always like to point out.
Okay, I'm going to slow her down because I like her. I like her.
To people is that they're two very different things. So natural selection is something that we can observe happening in the present. And I have no problems with natural selection because it is something, like I say, we can observe. It doesn't, what it doesn't do is what evolution needs it to do, which is to change one kind of organism into a completely different kind of organism. So like dinosaurs evolve into birds, right? Which is
okay. So, my God, Georgia, I became so sad for her at this point. I mean, she pulled a Kent Hovind there, that, or bananas into pine trees or some fucking thing like that. I don't know. It's like, is it bananas and pine trees, or I can't remember. But so she states this over and over and over again. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
Again, it's just selecting for a trait they already had. It's nothing new, right? And that's what evolution needs if you're going to go from one thing to another.
Dr. Purdom, Some evolutionists, like Ruther Hirschberg,
Hold
have
on for a
even
second,
gone
if
so
you don't
far as
mind.
to say that
Yeah.
Her language is really kind of sloppy. It's selecting for a trait they already have. Yes, I concede they have to already have a trait in order for it to get selected, but that trait needs to help them survive. You know, it's like I don't know, just really inexact. I don't know. Maybe the audience
Too vague
for the audience.
Well, they keep talking about evolution and saying, "Oh, but this is not the evolution that they need." And then they point to some big long range thing like, you know, a fish turning into a reptile or something like that, or growing legs and walking on land. And they keep making that same mistake, but she hangs herself in a number of different ways.
Yeah.
And all of the videos that I linked, if you want to listen to them, I don't think we need to listen anymore. But she points out, okay, so there is mutation. And now they insist that the genome was perfect, okay? And they also insist that 100% of the genome is functional. So if the genome has been mutating ever since the fall, how in the fuck can it be functional?
So what is a perfect gene?
That's a good question. Yeah. What is a perfect gene?
Because genes exist in context of a particular environment.
Right.
And there's those interactions of the organism with the environment, and I don't know much about gene expression or whatever at all, but you know, even that statement, you know, what makes a gene perfect? Have they defined perfection?
Well, they keep saying that. They keep saying that we have found, you know, that we have found no evidence of some function mutating from scratch, de novo, you know, that we have no evidence of that. But they, in the same manner, they have no evidence of what a perfect genome would be.
Yeah.
And a perfect genome would be 100% functional. Standing for Truth will insist that 80% of it was for adaptation into different environments in the future, which we haven't seen yet. So if we haven't seen them yet, then the entire genome can't be functional, right?
Yeah.
So if we're not in that environment, then it isn't. And she goes on and she just keeps twisting it around so that, you know, like Lenski's bacteria, she keeps pointing out in this paper she wrote, criticizing it. She keeps pointing out that, you know, that there was this mutation and that mutation, and there was like a viral insertion, an IS element or an insertion sequence that caused a mutation that ended up making the bacteria better adapted. And then she says, but that's only in a certain context. So it's like, yeah, that's evolution. There's a mutation, and then in some other context, it becomes a benefit, and then that mutation ends up right. So she keeps, it just drives me crazy. They keep describing evolution and saying it's not evolution. It just, what am I going to do?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, it's basically changes in allele frequency over generations. So.
And did you notice the way the interviewer said evolution theory? He said the theory of evolution. He put a lot of emphasis on theory, which leads me to believe he doesn't know what a science theory is, as opposed to a layman's theory.
Right. Yeah, that's typical. This I remember seeing an interview. Wasn't she interviewed at the Ark? Maybe I remember seeing her get interviewed. Yeah. You remember who was the guy that interviewed her? Do you remember who that was? I forget who it was. Remember it was a cringy interview. I remember that one. I saw that. I probably saw that 8 months ago or a year ago. I can't remember.
That one is somewhere in my history. I just looked at it today or this morning.
I saw I saw an article written by Michael Shermer in Scientific American a few years ago, where they were on site. Does he have a video out there somewhere of the interview?
Oh yeah. On AIG they have if you search for her name, Purdom, and AIG, you'll find all of her interviews. She's just done a bunch of them. She's done a bunch of debates, a bunch of interviews and stuff. But here's one I found: the Bible and sexuality. I thought this was also very interesting. Again, she talks about, I think, perfection.
And then God gives them some commands, to be fruitful and to multiply and fill the earth and have dominion over the animals, to take care of the earth.
She mentions dominion over the animals a lot. I really hate that one. And take care of the earth.
Read Peter's comment there for you, Speed. He put a comment for you, Peter. Yeah.
Where's Peter?
He said he's got a wolf video.
Oh, my territory. Do you have
Purdom's
wolf? No, I don't have her wolf video. Maybe you can bring that in for us. I'm going to open up pretty quick. So anyway, I just want to listen to the sexuality part.
The earth that he had created. And we also see the institution of marriage in Genesis chapter 2, where they are to cleave to one another, to leave their families and to cleave to one another, and to have children, like I say, and to have their own, family unit. So that is the institution of marriage, the institution of the family, right there in Genesis chapter 1 and 2. So we see that basis there. That's where we take, as Christians, that we should be taking our basis for what are the genders, what are the sexes, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about how that's being artificially separated, so to speak, in our society now. But the Bible holds gender and sex to be the same thing, and there's only.
Okay. In case you got to like her too much, I thought I'd play that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Big surprise from a creationist.
Yeah, they gotta get it. Just really pisses them off, this whole gender thing, and it's just really, they've got to stick their noses in other people's business, and I don't get that.
That's another reason, another one out of a million reasons why I can't stand Christianity or religion, specifically the Abrahamic religion in general, is because they poke their nose in other people's business. And it's like, how can they all say we have free will, but then try to refrain us from actually practicing this so-called free will?
Yeah. And why do they care what other people are doing in their bedrooms at night? I mean, fuck you people. It's like, leave other people alone. If you're a believer, fine. If they're going to hell, you think you're going to hell, let them go to hell. Leave them alone.
Yeah. That's a point that I made on one of my community posts. I said, if I was a Christian and I thought that gay people were going to spend eternity in everlasting torment, the least I could do is let them get married. Like, if they're already doomed, at least let them enjoy the little bit of life that the supposed God gave in the first place.
Right.
Well, it's a big part of it, right? Is they have that superiority complex, like they just feel they're better than you, or they're better than, it's their way or the highway. That's why they think about the bedroom and everything, right? It's everything.
Well,
it's not just the bedroom; it's everything, right?
I think they're suppressing some aspects of their own sexuality as they have, like, since he was 8 years old, right? Obviously. Hence they tend to be overly concerned with sex. So they're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
And then they're upset. And like, I have this, I lived next to these Jehovah's Witnesses when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I had a girlfriend. And this 17-year-old Jehovah's Witness, him and I he was a Republican and I was a Democrat. I was a Democrat when I was, until I was about 25. And anyway, so we would argue about politics, but then when he found out I had a girlfriend, all he wanted to talk about is what I did to my girlfriend. Okay. So like, he is this, he come from a family, if you went to their house at night, they would not watch television. They had no television. They had a piano and they would sing hymns at night, right? And then when I went over to their place, all they would talk about is their cow's vaginas. And their father actually invited us all to watch their horses fuck. I mean, he called us.
Crap.
He had something to show us, and he put us in a corral. And then he brings the stallion in, and we're like, and that was the first time I'd ever seen a 4-foot dick. Horses have big dicks. I don't know if you knew that, but anyway, I was like, it was like it's almost like he could have made popcorn. Like this old man is showing us young kids. You know, he was like 50 years old, and he brings us over to watch his horses mate. Why?
Wow.
We would talk about is cow sex, and then when I had a girlfriend, all he wanted to know, he wanted me to describe everything I did with her, and I didn't. You know, in 8th grade, I didn't do much. That's for damn sure. So, but it was kind of creepy. You know, it's like he was trying to. Anyway, my point is that he was living vicariously through.
I was just about to say that.
Right.
Absolutely, 110%.
Oh man, so these these guys later on, when I was like I don't know 16, 17, 18 years old. No, I was about 16. We had this girl over, and she, for some reason, she ended up running across the yard with her clothes stark naked, and she was drunker than hell. And this was at 5 o'clock in the morning at one of our parties, and so there's this naked girl running across my yard, and the Johnson boys drive into the yard right at that moment, looking for their horse, right, which had gotten loose. And I could just imagine them, because they thought we were like the devil, right? Like we were Satan incarnate, the Bruisnecks, you know. So I just gave my name anyway. So they drive in right at that moment. You can imagine the looks on their faces. It's just like, holy shit. This is what they expected to see at our, on the farm. But anyway, it was creepy and it was weird, but I don't know. Anyway.
What the fuck did I run into here?
Oh, what did you run into?
I clicked the link, and literally the first thing I hear is cow vaginas, and they made us watch horses.
I'm sorry,
hey, Peter, we put some good content out. Stop.
Okay, these were witnesses. For Christ's sake.
No warning whatsoever. Just put a link there, and let's creep the fuck out of Peter.
Peter, truth be known, Peter, we were talking about your mother.
Yeah. I mean, I've noticed, Germania, it's the first time that you're on the panel. It seems to affect the content a bit.
Nothing but the best here, baby.
That's right. Nothing but the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got a little sidetracked telling stories from my youth.
Well,
I enjoy your stories.
Considering what the comment that is still on screen, do you want to see that?
Oh yeah, I do.
I thought Speed was gonna say I do and then just ignore everything. Like, yeah, I'll take a look at that. So, anyways,
yeah. I mean, all of you basically know that I'm shit when it comes to video editing and stuff. So, there's no way that this particular piece of footage has been tampered with. I mean, I couldn't have done that, right?
Are you going to do something? Are you going to do something distasteful to Georgia?
No,
no. I kind of got a crush on her. So
I just heard her talk about something and thought, damn, I need to clip this for posterity. So,
oh boy,
here we go.
What did she say?
500 years. That's all it took to get something as different as a Great Dane, right, and a Yorkshire Terrier. Now, they're pretty different, right? But you realize they're the same species. They're just a different breed. And people have done that in 500 years. Now, how have people done this? Because they've selected for or against certain traits, right, as they breed them. And so we can get these different things as a result of this, what we call artificial selection. Now, what I think is kind of ironic or funny, so people have been able to do this, and there's obviously, like I said, between 300 and 400 breeds in just 500 years. But let's look at the wolf and the coyote. These are obviously wild species of dogs. Do you realize now, looking at this, the wolf and the coyote look pretty similar, don't you agree? Right? A lot more similar than that Great Dane and Yorkshire Terrier. But do you realize the wolf is Canis lupus? So the wolf is the same species as these two. Okay? The coyote is Canis latrans. He's a different species.
Wolf.
Woof.
And she's a doctor. Wow.
I need to know where I can find me a wolf. I want a
They
wolf.
must be extinct. They must be extinct or something. I've never seen one.
Yeah.
I want a wolf.
I thought that's what they did. They went woof woof. That's what I thought. But I wasn't. So I'm confused with that. I didn't know.
Yeah, haven't you ever seen the movie The Wolf Man?
Yeah.
Oh hell, I like her even more now. With the wolf.
Yeah, I bet.
You know, I thought she pronounced it that way.
It's really sad though because I watch the shit that Answers in Genesis puts out, and every single time she's on there with Ken Ham, he will have some degrading remark. And if you look at a video of a little over a year ago and a recent one, she's turned completely gray, and I think that's basically because of how Ken Ham treats her.
So, Speed, tell us the truth. You want to tell her some of your dirty stories and go woof woof. You want to do a little woof woof with it, right?
Woof woof, yeah. I want a woof woof, yeah.
Well, Speed, I wouldn't do that because I don't think I have that anymore. But there is a video where she does an interview and where she has told her 5-year-old that she's a despicable human being and she needs to go to hell.
Oh my God, she did.
And so those are the moments where I hate violence against women, but someone should slap her. Let's get another woman to do it.
You just popped my bubble.
Yeah.
Well, that's that gender thing kind of did it too, where she was going on about, sticking her nose where it doesn't belong and shit. And the part about, we were created to have dominion over the animals. God, I hate that shit. What is wrong with that? It's just like,
that is where you get people like Kent Hovind who can only think in animals when and immediately goes to how you kill them and how much there is to eat when you kill them.
Yeah.
Those people have no respect whatsoever for any other species.
That says wolf raw nakedness. Yes, woof woof.
Raw nakedness.
Raw nakedness.
I like that name, raw nakedness.
I do too.
She literally is responsible for the best thing that I've seen on Praise's channel. Her appearance on Praise's channel is something that I will have fond memories of for the rest of my life.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I actually wrote her in on when I voted for president. I actually wrote her in because of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
But Peter, did you hear the breaking news again with Praise? Praise has been wiping. His ass again.
He's took his channel back from Ryan the Presbyterian.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm under the loop.
Yeah, and he's now what the fuck did he call it? The Praise I Am something
network. Praise I Am network. I just looked it up.
Yeah, the Praise I Am network. Oh fuck.
And he left the Trinitarian again, right? He swapped.
Yep,
he flipped up with that again too.
Yeah, I think he went from Trinitarian to Unitarian
again. Yeah,
again. In 24 hours. 24 hours he did.
So he's in 24 hours he screwed both Ryan the Presbyterian and Jesus.
He had a threesome with both of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I did tell Stream in one of my I did tell Praise in one of my streams that I feel like he's kind of like a politician. He gives politician answers where he leaves a little bit of leeway, and then he'll just change his view depending on who's asking for it.
I need you to do a stream and invite in both Praise and our dear friend John Maddox, and I want to join.
Oh yes, okay, Peter. Last time you messed up my stream because I was going to do a stream last weekend, but we started talking And then before I knew it,
and then you pissed yourself. I'm going to repeat that every single time you bring that up.
I did not. No, I came close to it.
Yeah,
I've said too much.
Hey, Gur, I got after when we go in the back room after this.
Yeah.
I have something. I have a plan.
Ooh.
I want to talk to you about my plan.
Peter,
okay. Considering that I came in on cow vaginas and horse fucking, do I even want to know what is going on in the back room?
Now wait a minute. No, there was a naked girl running across the yard too. Did you miss that part?
Yeah, you missed that. Yeah.
I completely was brain that after the first things that I've heard. I may have missed the naked girl.
You also
How did you miss the naked girl?
You also missed
I always
John's,
miss the naked girls.
You missed Mad X's ex-girlfriend too at the very beginning of the stream, so you need to watch that. Mad X's ex-girlfriend was doing some street preaching, so you got to watch that part of it too.
Yep.
She's not the naked girl, is she?
No.
Fortunately, she didn't get naked.
Oh. Okay.
I think she had some serious mental problems, in all honesty. That one.
No.
Well, she would have to be if she was Mad X's girlfriend, right? I mean,
well, that is a fair point.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make it really clear that when I was telling tales from my youth, that most of that shit was brought to me by the Jehovah's Witnesses who lived down the road, right? I mean, the naked girl was my fault, but
I'm missing a lot, Speed, but you're missing even more. So in the side chat, Iron Charioteers has asked Raw Nakedness when's your next Flash session, and she says she doesn't even know that. The link is in the chat.
We're not going to make
all
that
I'm
link
saying.
public. We're not making it public. That's her business. We probably shouldn't even bring it up unless she requests it. So anyway,
yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah, very fair. So what the hell else we got going on today? I'm done. I'm ready for the weekend.
I want to know more about Little PP saying that he wants to start up a church or something related to a church and basically doing street preaching. I might buy a plane ticket just to go to that.
Yes.
So he's starting a homeless church. No building.
Yeah. He's doing it out of the back of his truck. It's going to be out of the back of his truck.
Okay, I might have.
That was what the remodeling was about. See, he built a mobile church.
That's what it is.
Oh,
you guys are figuring it out. You guys are figuring it all out on your own. We don't even have to help you.
Now, but he was driving a Prius at one point, which I think is the vehicle that got totaled or wrecked or something. It was a Prius, is what I saw.
Yeah,
him
he said it
post
was
somewhere.
a Prius. Yeah.
Which shocked me that John Maddox drives a Prius. Like I thought he was.
It's an ungodly vehicle because we got dominion over God's animals. So considering that cars run on fossil fuel, we should at least have cars that run on fossil fuel.
Be consistent,
not the devil's electricity.
No, I will say it shocked me when I saw that he drives a Prius or drove a Prius because I figured he was the type to say if you drive a Prius, you're a soy boy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which funny enough is his current name when he joins the stream.
Yes. Well, he does use that ironically, but yeah.
I saw him destroy Otangelo's stream. What was it? Yesterday, Otangelo had another guest on, and then he came on as Soy Boy and pretty much destroyed the entire conversation.
Really? I can see that now. So why did he do that? I thought they were on the same page. He had
a friend of Phil Ferguson on. A guy who wanted to talk about his book. I think it was 5 or 10 tips why God doesn't exist, something like that. It was a it's a tiny book. And then John came on and said, I bought it and I read the whole thing. I think it's 40 pages while he was doing the interview, and then completely ripped into the guy and didn't even let him answer. It was a shit show from the moment that he joined.
It normally is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that clip where he was talking about his church thing. I played it the other day, I think. I don't know. I lost it.
I might be butchering this because I'm not certain I remember it correctly, but I believe it was last weekend. I went on Praise's stream, and I think it was Praise's stream, and then John Maddox gets in there, and first he's like, "Yeah, Grumania, I heard you talking shit about me on Speed's channel," and
we played that.
Yes, and then a little bit later on during the stream, he was asking why I'm an atheist or why I don't believe in God specifically. And I said, well, first of all, what God are we talking about? And he was kind of like, do you really want to play that game? And I was like, well, yeah. And so finally I just say, okay, well, if we're talking about the Christian God, I bring up the Bible and how he floods the whole world and all this nonsense. And he said, wait. No, we're just talking about a God. And I'm thinking, but I just asked you what God you were talking about. And then when I try to be specific, you're like, oh, no, just a God. So I don't know. It's just, I felt like he kept changing the goalpost a little bit. And I'm sure if I see him later on tonight on one of these streams, he's going to bring this up since I'm talking about it.
Yeah, it's the same bullshit. I mean, John, he won't commit to the young earth either, right? I mean, I'm on the fence with that.
Yeah, he's
so
playing
full of
politician.
shit. Yeah, because he just wants to stick to his little intelligent agent argument, and that's it. He doesn't want to go anywhere else.
Our first conversation.
Steve, you got a question from Raw Nakedness in the side chat.
I know I just answered in the side chat. I haven't really noticed any challenges, so I don't know. So every now and then Drace tries, but he's so goddamn wrong all the time that
who is I've seen that person around, Dressel or something like that.
Dressel Drace, yeah.
What's their take? What's going on?
Well, he hates Ellen Watson. He's always going on about Buddhism, and he thinks he knows what Buddhism is. I keep telling him that. The way he knows Buddhism, he's obviously doesn't understand Buddhism because he reads the fucking Buddhist bullshit dogma crap.
It seems like he would like Alan Watts because Alan Watts was very heavily inspired. Yeah,
Dessel doesn't like him, but he really doesn't like him.
Huh?
I'm still on the topic where Lil Peepee is going to start his own church. Imagine that for a sermon you go to church on Sunday and you'll be out again. I think about Wednesday or something because you'll be sitting in that church, and then Lil Peepee will go up to the pulpit and say, "Well, today we're going to."
If you don't agree with me, you're a bunch of idiots.
Look at some of the Bible verses. It's going to take for goddamn ever to get through to that. And the biggest problem in church is you can't put him on double speed.
Yeah, I know.
I know. At least YouTube, if you want to listen to him, you can do that. It definitely helps.
Are you suggesting that
literally
an idiot?
Literally.
Sidebar. Hold on.
Sidebar. I thought you had a sidebar.
I gave my time about that.
If he starts a church and he's going to do at least one sermon, then all of the church members will have a clear idea what hell is.
The macro point being extrapolated. The point that's
I'm going to catch. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm just. I've got some Maddox quotes here. Linear restraints delineated. Sidebar. in the context of, the perspective of, able to comprehend it. He says these things over and over. The point that's being made, the macro point being extrapolated. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
What the fuck does that
the
mean?
macro point. Yeah, that's
Oh.
another one.
I got an idea. Why don't you pull up his community posts, Speed? We can all read them together.
While you're doing that, I asked Raw Nakedness if she had a challenge for us, because I didn't quite know if she meant like just a Christian
did she have
challenge us. And she says she has a TikTok challenge for us, but I don't know anything about TikTok. So
What the fuck is that? Oh,
I
no,
know.
evil.
I know one thing about TikTok. It's not a platform for John Maddox, because he will go on TikTok and say, "Well, I like," and then the video ends.
Yeah. So where was that last week that they were going on about the TikTok teens, that the teens were being baited by TikTok into evil or something?
Oh my God!
Oh,
Doesn't
yeah.
surprise
Remember that
me.
one?
Yeah. What the hell was that? Yeah.
That was on a weather report last week, I think, about TikTok teens.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it was just like, they were upvoting the video. There was a music video that showed a guy going down to hell on a like a fireman's pole or something, and the kids were liking it, and they were just all freaked out about this. I think that might have been on Praise's channel. I don't know.
And it was the woman there that was talking about it in Sal's channel. Yeah, on the
It was
in
Sal's,
the
maybe
side
Sal's
chat.
channel?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was in the side chat of the.
Yeah. Okay.
She was going on about her.
Yeah,
So
that was
it
precious.
was. It was.
Anyway, is
either-
that what Raw Nakedness is talking about? That kind of TikTok challenge, baiting us with Satan on TikTok.
Have y'all seen? This is an older video. The lady talk about how Monster energy drink is satanic, and those who drink it are worshiping the devil.
And have you seen that another Christian group have now adopted the M from the Monster, the Mormons?
Oh,
They literally sell caps with the Monster M on it
No.
because Mormons start with an M.
Wow.
I made a meme about that. I have to go dig that up. That's on another computer.
So I'm interested in this challenge from Raw Nakedness. So, no.
I
Have I
bet
been
you
covered?
are.
she also clarified it as being a run for your money more than argumentative. So I don't know what that means either. So
Stop with the innuendo. You're gonna
If the
Georgia
challenge is going to be that Speed needs to go naked on Praise's channel, I'm going to lose my shit.
Not doing it. Not doing it. Not happening.
Hey, why is Andrew always coming at me?
Because he's coming.
Yeah.
Wants to have a chat with you.
So I think tonight we're gonna. Scott, did you say you didn't know much about gene regulation? Well, tonight we're gonna correct that. I think.
Okay.
Okay.
Yippee-yi-yi.
that's all we need, more regulation in our lives. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, my hope is to talk about the cell and to.
You libtards want to regulate everything.
Yeah.
I got that from
It's going to
Jill.
be too much.
Even the cell.
Yeah.
That sounds like
You
a
said-
Jill thing.
You said gene regulation?
Gene regulation and other
Wanna
kinds
talk
of
about that?
regulation. That's what I'd like to. But I want to confuse you guys first about the cell, so I'm going to show you some diagrams about the beauty of God's work in the cell. So,
Especially the cancerous ones.
Yeah. The beauty.
Yeah, because like anytime a Christian uses the look at the trees argument and how nature is so beautiful, I'm thinking you do know that there are parasites that eat the eyes of children, right?
Yeah.
So if the logic applies that the world is beautiful, therefore God, then it would also apply that the world has a bunch of terrible stuff in it, therefore no God, or bad God at least.
There's fungi that will take over your brain and make you a zombie.
Oh, gene duplication is so mind-numbingly fucking horrible that I don't even want to touch it.
Speed, do you think
Andrew Cummings just throw a sock at me. Should I be worried?
Throws a sock at
It
Peter.
depends. What's in the sock?
Yeah.
What kind of sock is it, Andrew?
Couple rolls of quarters in it.
Was he coming before he
hit
threw
you
the
with it.
sock? I'm just wondering.
I was thinking it, Peter, but I didn't want to say it.
That's what I'm here for.
Speed, do you have little Pee-Pee's email? You think we could send him an invite to the? Maybe he can correct us on all this stuff tonight.
I sure do.
We should send him an invite and tell him to come and correct us on all this shit. He seems to have all.
Tell him his BFF is here.
Yeah.
BFF.
Yeah, send him an invite.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, probably.
I'm coming correct all us.
Yeah,
So you have his email, Speed?
I do. I just sent him an invite.
Damn. Okay. I have it too.
I think I have a couple emails for him, but anyway, because we used to. I think we briefly talked before I asked him for a source, and then he got really mad at me because I kept asking him for a source.
Well, one of his emails probably goes to his truck, and then the other one goes to somewhere else, right?
Yeah, it's going to take a while for the email to get
I'm
there.
curious, Speed, because I don't think that I've seen him on. Has Jonathan Guzman ever been on your channel?
No, he hasn't, but
that
he's
might be a good guy to talk to.
Yeah, he might be a good guy to talk to. I think I reached out to him a while back, but I've got a few people that I really should that have agreed to come on, and I haven't followed up on it, and I need to follow up on a few of them. I think I'm gonna have one on Monday. He's a pretty cool Christian, knows very intelligent, so might have him on.
I'm going through my emails.
I'll be right back.
Duplication. Oh, gene duplication sucks so bad. I always skip that chapter. You know?
Yep. I don't know.
So I think you're wrong about that being John's girlfriend.
Yeah. It might not be. I could be. I've been known to be wrong. I'm not gonna say.
Yeah.
She was a little rough around the edges.
We got to find more videos with that lady in them because she's fascinating.
yeah, she certainly is.
She kind of reminds me of my days in northern Minnesota, to tell you the truth. There are a lot of people like that up there. Not Bible thumpers, but other things. Just get in your face people, You never know. Anyway.
I'll tell you my childhood, I'm just so fortunate. I just don't have any of the horror stories or any of the stuff of, no indoctrination, none of that stuff.
Nope.
I mean, I do feel fortunate about that because you listen to in this community, holy shit, the horror stories. Just a little bit of what we talked about tonight today is just a small fraction of that. Like, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, it's like religion was barely, I was technically raised Catholic. So I was supposed to go to Sunday school. The kids, when you get to whatever age, you're supposed to go to Sunday school and then get confirmed after that, after whatever, so many years and all that crap. And I think I went for like 3 days or something. And I said, fuck this. And that was the end of that. So I was lucky enough to not have to go through that crap.
Yeah, the exposure I had to it was just, going to a Presbyterian church and getting the whole idea of God watching you and stuff like that. I never had parents that were pounding it into me, and scaring me with it. So, my mom just wasn't, she was a lot nicer than that. And my dad didn't give a shit, so I never had that. And I can't imagine going through that as a child and having that kind of fear coming from your parents, that horrible, I don't know.
Yeah.
So this picture here really pisses me off because I cannot find the source of this picture. and it's in a paper. But anyway, there's God's plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good plan.
Yep. It's a good plan. Yeah, this is the beauty of the machinery of the cell. I mean, you can just see the fine-tuned gears turning that are just,
Yeah.
It's
It's literally a code.
literally
A code. Like the
the
genetic
macro
code.
point being extrapolated here is this is a fucking zoo. So we got chromatin organization at the top, and CPC complex, which is the thing that folds up the genes, which we'll talk about later. Remember, I keep telling you about the chromosomes and their territories and all of that. And this has something to do with it, but I cannot find the paper that this came from. And when I search the picture, I come up with a link to a site which links a paper, but this picture is not in the paper. Nowhere to be found. It's driving me crazy. So somebody has to look at SNRP complex, NELF complex, WTAP complex, and see if they can find this goddamn thing for me, because I want to know what the fuck this is.
Okay, I just got back. What is this?
Oh, this is the beauty of God's plan. This is God's wonderful plan for a pathway in
How very intelligent.
How did you get hold of God's plan?
I got God's. I've got a direct link. But unfortunately, God won't give me the source. I keep calling him and say, "Will you please give me the source for this fucking thing? Will you please give me the paper?"
I am the source.
And that's all he says. He says, "Google it, Google it."
Yeah, Stephanie Tretton says it's the devil's plan, not God's plan.
Yeah,
you just got to let him into your heart, Peter. You have to let him into your heart, then you'll have a direct communication.
Well, considering that particular part of my body gave up in 2019, I'm not going to let anything in there because not taking any chances.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed that Stephanie Tretton, anytime she will post a comment, it's always followed by ...
Yeah.
Like every 9 out of 10 times.
That's actually been the subject of a lot of our discussions in the past.
Yeah.
We were wondering when she was going to run out of dots.
Yeah, I guess she has to go up to Costco and get some.
Got to buy a lot of dots. Like Kant, the philosopher Immanuel Kant, he ran out of periods.
I thought you were talking about something completely different there.
Of course you did.
Of course you did. Anyway, Kant ran out of periods. So he only used commas in his books. So his sentences are like 500 words long. And they wind in and out just like this diagram that I was showing. It's the same kind of shit, and you're supposed to, it's like noumena and phenomena. And it's like, and then he goes on for like 500 words. And it's like, okay, I love it. Like you got to nest the commas, right? But nobody's ever done it. So nobody knows what the fuck he was talking about.
And you don't end that on dots either. It's phenomena.
Noumena phenomena. Oh, yeah. Speaking of noumena phenomena, we haven't seen Danny for a while.
I'm still waiting for you to teach us things, because didn't you say that you were going to teach us something?
Yeah, I'm gonna try that tonight.
Yeah, you did.
That's tonight. That's later
was it
on.
the gene duplication?
Did I say today? No, tonight.
Tonight, yeah, that's later on.
Yeah. Well, considering that is 15 minutes past midnight my time, it is already tonight.
Oh, I see where you're going with that, Peter.
What a very subjective thing to say.
Yeah,
Peter.
I mean,
okay, there's no way that it's nighttime.
Jesus is in the Bible, because Jesus in the Bible said that he would hate that when he comes back that it's in winter. Jesus didn't know that it is probably winter somewhere when he gets back, because the earth is a globe.
Especially in the North and South Poles. Basically winter up there or down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nakedness, I found that too, and it's not actually in that paper, I don't think. It's not in that paper. I know that's where the link go. Oh, wait a minute. It is in that fucking paper. There it is. Damn. Wow, thank you. I must have missed it when I looked at it. Network analysis of identified cyclin B substrates. Thank you. I knew there was a reason why we kept you around.
Yeah, I miss Danny stopping by. I was hoping we'd have a conversation about his little debate that he had with Little Peepee on Tangelo's. He said some interesting things during that little exchange. We'll talk to him about that. That was
David. David, just a quick warning. You know that Little Peepee is going to be triggered by the word little because he wants to be a tall human being. So,
but wait a minute.
I get it. I get it that you just made up a sentence that had the word little in it 3 times. But you should stop triggering him. It's
yeah, but Peter, he was driving a Prius when the road collapsed on him. So
such a soy boy.
Yeah,
poor little soy boy he is. Yeah.
Let me go see if that's actually in the paper because I still don't fucking believe
it. Sometimes I refer to him as my little duckling, but that's another.
Hey, I will give him credit. Because this did make me laugh. When he spoke to me last week on Praise's stream, he, of course, had the avatar of Soy Boy, but his name was Gur Douchey.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that was kind of funny.
And then Gur Runaway right after that. Yeah,
and then, when I had to leave, and I told him I had to leave for like 10 minutes before I finally left. And then after I left, he said, "Hold on, everybody." And then he comes back and he changed his name to Gur Runaway. So I actually sent him an email the next day saying, "Hey, would you like to debate speed on my channel? I'll mod." And then I signed it Gur Runaway. But he never responded.
Never responded.
What a jerk.
I'm still going through this paper.
Well, he
how's it going, Martin?
Martin may be.
Can you guys hear me?
Still responding
how's my new mic?
To you, Germania, but he hasn't finished his response yet.
I was wondering what you were talking about. So,
what you get? You got a new mic?
Yeah, I got a new mic, but I got COVID as well, so I don't feel
good. Damn.
Do you?
So you guys might get rid of me. You never know.
Are you vaccinated?
I was about to say, did you get the vaccine?
No, not yet.
Why?
You should have done that a long time ago.
In our country, only old people can go for vaccine first, and then younger people.
Oh, that sucks.
And we have vaccines up the ass over here that nobody wants to use.
Yeah, because these stupid morons don't want to get vaccinated. I think they're kind of worse than most people. Sorry.
If I survive, then I'll probably get vaccinated as well.
I don't know. You may not make it through the night, man.
Maybe the last time you see me. Huh?
So one of our friends just got COVID and he has been vaccinated, but he's just got the sniffles and a slight fever. So far he's okay. But he works at a retail store.
That's a really American disease, isn't it? The sniffles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's from
people in Europe don't get that. The
overconsumption of cocaine.
Sniffleitis.
Yeah. I'm always wondering what happens if people get the sniffles and the chills at the same time. Could be deadly.
Martin, you're in South Africa, aren't you? Or where are you?
Yeah, I'm in South Africa.
Okay.
And you?
I'm in America. Texas to be a little
America.
So you got the vaccine?
Yes, I did. I'm also old, so
you'll be fine.
And I also have a stent in my heart, so I was front of the line. They called me up.
That's very good. But hopefully I'll survive. We'll see.
I'm sure you will. If you're grinning right now, you'll most likely survive.
They say it goes like, and then it's up and down. It's like I was in massive amounts of pain, But it
Oh, I'm
wasn't so
sorry to
bad
hear
as
that.
other things I had. I actually thought it would be worse, but perhaps the worst is coming.
I hope
Well,
you're
you have to
okay.
keep checking in with us. Let us know how you're doing.
Yeah.
Hopefully I survive.
Yeah. And we won't torture you today because that'll just add to it because that'll weaken your immune system.
But
So
I wanted to
we're not going to pick on you about Christianity.
get your guys' opinion. I'm like sick of seeing Muslims deceived, okay? And I want to go on one of their streams, okay? And I want to ask them, like, we do the Elijah versus Baal thing, where their God versus my God, and let's see who wins. And I was wondering what we should do. Like,
Do what Elijah did.
yeah, but someone can fake that nowadays. Like, you
True,
understand?
that's true.
That's the problem. So, what would you guys do? What do you want me to tell them?
What kind of arguments? You're not going to go against any of the philosophical guys, are you? Because you'll get beat up pretty bad. Where you going to go? That's.
I'll go on all Muslim channels and ask them to let's one God versus one God. Let's see who wins.
Hey, ask them what they think about, and I won't use the correct word, just in case we get flagged. But ask the Muslims what they think about lovers of children, for lack of better words.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go
That's
there.
not going to change their mind.
I just literally had that argument with a Christian on Twitter.
Oh, what's Peter? What is your avatar right now?
That is the best science center you can find in the entire United States.
Okay, I had to zoom in. It's definitely a creationist museum.
What is that?
A
the Ark?
creationist museum.
The Ark County?
It's DAL.
Oh yeah.
You can tell by the 4-wheeler in the picture.
Oh yeah. He just had a debate. He just on.
He just got arrested on last Friday.
Right, and he had a debate on Standing for Poop's channel.
Yeah, but last Friday he got arrested.
I wanted to make a comment in there, but I was like,
and he got out. He got out on a $1,000 bail.
Yeah, and he just did a live debate. I was surprised he came out like doing a live debate that soon. Like, you know.
Yeah. Anyone, by the way, seen Mary Toko respond on AJ's channel, where she talks about Kent Hovind body slamming an 11-year-old?
Oh, I have not heard that one. I know he got in trouble for a physical assault, but I didn't know it was a child.
Yeah. Well, what he was arrested for last Friday also was because of a body slam, and that was his ex-wife Cindy. But on the interview that AJ did with Cindy, Mary Toko responded and told about an instance where he did that to an 11-year-old boy. And then at night, she told him that he needed to go and apologize to both the boy and his parents, which he said that he did. So I don't know. The boy, by accident, because I think you all have heard that he teaches children the scientific way to shoot rubber bands. One of the kids shot him in the face, and that's when he completely lost it. Didn't say a thing, just ran up to the boy and smacked him to the ground.
So he actually had to go to the ER because of his body slam, according to this article. So let's see. She was threatened with a gun he concealed in his pocket. And then let's see, body slammed her, causing an ER room visit and damage on her chiropractor's report. I don't know about chiropractors, but let's see, he wants to shut me up. Yeah, I'm guessing I would be a little afraid because I think those people are dangerous. I don't know.
Well, a part of that particular complaint that Cindy filed is also that Ken's tech guy threatened her with concealed weapon and basically ransacked her house.
Yeah. Yep. And then who is Josh? So who's Josh?
Josh
has-
Duggar?
Oh, is that Josh Duggar? Okay, so he's in trouble.
Remember, I told you it's either like the son
yeah.
or whatever who abused either siblings, cousins, or just children in general.
Yep. Here's the man himself. He looks
So
a little older.
it's not referring to Smokey Stain?
I want to see his mugshot.
No.
Hoven's
Oh,
mugshot.
shit. That's
Oh,
a
I would
great
love
picture.
to see that.
That is a great
He
picture.
looks like a meth head.
Yeah. Yeah. He coughs a lot. I wonder, does he smoke?
I doubt it.
Don't
Oh,
think
well,
so.
he might.
I
though,
don't.
But
You notice that he's always coughing?
Yeah.
you know who else is
Maybe
like
he
that?
does. Yeah.
Oh, Slick. Is it Matt Slick? Every debate I've
Yeah.
seen him in, he's always coughing and always saying, "Sorry, I've got a cold tonight." It's like, dude,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
always sick, or is that just an excuse? So if you look bad, or if you bomb in your debate, you can just be like, "Oh yeah, well I was sick."
Well, what that's called, that I've got a cold tonight, that's called lung cancer denial.
Yeah, Hoven doesn't say that, but he goes.
Yeah. Now he can say I might have COVID tonight, but I'm going to still debate. So if I do bad, I'm going to blame it on COVID, even though COVID is a communist hoax. I'm assuming what he would say.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like I said, he just had a live debate on SFT's channel, and I can't believe nobody
What do we got here?
trolled
Peter,
the.
what are you doing? What are you doing, Peter?
I was really surprised nobody trolled the channel and at least made a comment. Like there was no deleted comments or nothing during the debate. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I hung out for a little bit. And
When was that debate, David?
it was just
Since we were
like
talking about
2 nights
debates,
ago.
I thought I'd pull up a picture of Speed when he's just being questioned about his channel.
I think it was like the night before last. It was just within the past couple of days. He was on SFT's doing a live debate.
You know,
And
I used
was,
to like.
I said, I wanted to kind of troll a little something, but I was like, I better not.
You know, I used to like watching the Kent Hovind debate when I was a Christian because I always thought he did well. But as an atheist, I realized how stupid he sounds. But now I can't even watch it to make fun of him because it's just too painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that face palm is when I read Smokey Saint has stated publicly that he believes she is lying. Yeah.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Does not surprise me at all.
I mean,
Not
yeah,
in the
I mean,
slightest.
don't you think that is kind of unusual, though? I mean, given the fact that everybody's channel gets trolled by somebody, it happens all the time, and I didn't see one person say anything on SFTs. I was shocked.
That is actually pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Unless they had like a ton of mods on standby and they were just muting everybody left.
Yeah,
and
but
right.
you would see it. I didn't see any deleted.
Yeah.
I mean, you
That's
would
true.
see somebody doing it, and even if it got deleted right away, you'd see that somebody
Right.
getting deleted, and I didn't see any at all. I was really surprised.
That is pretty shocking.
Yeah, I thought it was. I really did.
Do you know
Hey,
how
guys,
many
I'm-
viewers? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to buy a cowboy hat and start wearing that because you know why?
One?
Why?
Fucking acorns. Fucking acorns. God,
You're going to buy just one?
just one cowboy hat.
They hit you in the head when you go for your son has you on the
Somebody
leash.
stole my avatar. Assembly of God.
Speed. I've got 140.
Cowboy hats?
Yep.
I used to have a black cowboy hat with a red bandana tied around it when I was like 24, and I haven't been able to find one that comfortable. And it just had perfect curves to it, Fuck. I gotta buy one. $235. Bullshit.
What in tarnation?
What the hell am I gonna do? But anyway, acorns are a problem. I'm tired of acorns hitting me on the head. I'm gonna get fucking concussion. That explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, actually, it kind of does. No, I'm just kidding.
It does. Yeah.
When you said I'm tired of acorns hitting me in the head, all I could think about was that's probably what LPP's girlfriend says.
Oh boy, you're going to be on a stream with him sometime this week. I'm guessing this is all going to come back on you.
Oh yes, it's all going to come back to haunt me.
You're going to have to answer for all of this.
I know. So
Gurdushi.
Yep. Because he'll watch this if he's not watching now, and then later on he'll find me in the stream and he'll say, "So, Germania.
Yeah,
I heard you talking some mad shit about me.
Mad shit. You need to back that shit up like I do."
You need to provide sources for that mad shit.
Yeah. I back up all my shit.
Hey,
even my daughter knows when I'm talking shit. Right, Peter? Play that. Will you, Peter?
What? Hey, Gert, next time you run into John, ask him for his sources.
I will. I hope. You know what? Maybe I'll do a stream after this, and hopefully he'll join, and I can say, "Hey, do you have any sources?" Hey, what's the guy that he likes? James Tour. I'm gonna say he's the Antichrist.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they love James Tour. He's like their spiritual person.
And then I'll say DNA is not code. No, just kidding. I'm not gonna say any of that. Well, I might. Depends. Depends on how good I'm feeling when I see him.
Yep. Depends on how much you had to drink.
That too. Yeah. The more I drink, the more I'm like, hey, let me tell you something. But yeah. Nah, I mean, I know I'm probably the only one here who actually gets along with LPP, but I do like the guy. Yes, he's condescending, and I don't say anything about him behind his back that I don't say to his face. Well, to the monitor.
I don't say anything behind his back that I don't say to his face.
That's a fair point. You don't.
That's why he hates me.
Well, the first time he was on my stream, which was a couple months ago, this was our first interaction, and we actually had a good convo. And then I was about to wrap it up, and he said, "Do you have any questions for me?" And I said, "Well, I actually have a ton of questions for you, but I'd rather not ask them because it's been a good stream. I don't want to bring the atmosphere down." He was like, "No, go ahead." And I said, "Okay. Do you subscribe to young Earth creationism? Yes or no?" And that's when he gave me the old, "Well, I don't really think it matters." And I'm like, I feel like it kind of does. But yeah, so that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the stream. That it was on your channel, and I asked him in the chat because he was talking in the chat, and it might have been the same one you're referring to, I believe. And he was saying, "I'm answering all questions. I'm not avoiding any questions." So I asked him that specifically. And then he actually said, I lean towards young Earth. That's all he said.
That's right. That's
I
right.
lean towards it. And then he may have said I'm undecided, but I know he said I lean towards it. He didn't say
That's
I hold to it. Yeah.
It wasn't a strong answer. It was
right. Yeah.
Center left, basically. I'm kind of in the middle, but I'm leaning towards it. Which I feel like he could just say, "Yes, I believe in a young Earth," because I'm positive that's what he does.
He is, but he doesn't want to admit it because he doesn't want to defend that. That's
right.
why.
Yeah, I think that's what it boils down to. Is
absolutely.
He knows if he says he believes the Earth is 6,000 years old, he knows there's a lot of stuff he's going to have to back up.
Yep, and he doesn't want any part of that. Yep.
Yeah, he just wants to talk about information. So.
Yep, that's it.
That's his whole point. And iPhones.
Yep.
Do I hear a duck? Oh no, that was Mars Attacks.
That's James Tour talking about abiogenesis.
Or like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah,
yeah.
wah, wah, wah.
It sounded like a duckling. I thought it was Maddox responding to James Tour. It sounded like a duckling.
Yeah, that's James Tour. I recorded a little clip. So
Wah, wah, wah.
that's what he reminds me of for some reason. Just the way he looks like that alien on Mars Attacks.
Wait, who does?
James Tour. When he's talking, he does not look like a happy man. He looks really mad, really pissed off all the time. And
No
so
wonder
I looked at him and I
LPP
thought, who
likes
does he
him.
remind me of? It's that fucking alien on Mars Attacks. I can't get it out of my head.
You know, it's funny. The first time I saw that movie, I remember thinking, "This is the best movie I've ever seen."
Me too.
It's
I
still
watched
pretty
it
good.
again, and I think it still is pretty fucking good.
I like how they have so many damn actors and actresses in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like just crazy amounts.
And Nicholson plays what, 3 parts in there?
I don't remember. He might.
Yeah, it's 3 parts, and one of them you can barely recognize him. But I'm pretty sure he plays 3 parts, and the third one I was kind of surprised. So let me see if I can find it. Nicholson hasn't been doing anything lately.
Yeah, Martin, I hope your immune system is better than your computer antivirus system.
I hope so as well, man.
So
Hey, I bought some Bitcoin the other day.
Yeah, and it's up. Are you happy?
I made $14. Pretty excited about that.
Maynard
I'm
says
glad to.
hello.
Let me see if I can find IMDb. They usually have a little list of what the fuck? You kidding me? Okay. Let me see.
Maynard's the big muskie fisherman, right? Fishes for muskie and what's the other one? Not steelhead, but fishes in the Great Lakes a lot, I think, right?
Do you know how you catch a muskie? You get a poodle and you put them on a surfboard behind your boat, and you get going really fast, and you have a string attached to the poodle, and when you're going about 30 miles an hour, you pull the string and pull the poodle off the surfboard, and you'll catch a muskie every time.
Oh, walleyes, yeah, walleyes is what they catch, not muskies. That's the other name I was trying to think of. Yeah.
Muskies are those really big northerns with really badass teeth, and they grow about 4 feet long. Yeah.
Yeah, walleyes, just basically the same. Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah.
This is completely. Go ahead, Speed. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to go on with a fishing story, but northerns, the way to catch a northern is you get a lure, you drop it in the water, you get your boat going like as fast as you possibly can, so fast that you would never think a fish would actually bite a lure going that fast. And when you're going just a little bit faster than that, a fucking northern will bite that lure. They see something go by and they're like, fuck it, I'm going to bite that.
I'm going for it.
It's going 90 miles an hour. I'm going to bite that motherfucker. So you get a northern every time. I mean, I'm not joking. That's really how you catch a fucking northern.
I would have never guessed that because, like you said, I would think, well, it's going so fast. Why would you try to catch up with it and then bite it?
Yeah, no fucking nothing in the water would ever go that fast. But a northern says, nope, I'm gonna bite that shit.
They're like the dogs of the sea.
Yep.
Bond said that LPP doesn't like him. So, Bond, if you're listening, I want to know why LPP doesn't like you.
Why not? Well, LPP doesn't like a lot of people.
Well, this is true. He doesn't like anyone. I don't know of anyone that he does like. I would say he likes praise, but I'm pretty sure that's not true.
I don't think he's met anybody on the internet that's even smart enough to talk to him, right? I mean,
You're mania. When you say you think he doesn't like praise, ask Speed. He may have a recording of John.
Oh yes, I may have a recording.
Oh, yeah. Was this public?
You haven't heard that?
It was until they made it private, but
okay, so it's still fair game. It's still fair game.
But somebody had it buffered on their phone, and they played it back on Zoom and recorded it.
Nice.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who would do such a thing.
Yeah, who would do such a thing?
Yeah.
Now,
Who
like
would?
the way I say it, if you're going live and it's public, yes, you can private it, but at the end of the day, I mean, it was still public. That's how I feel about all my streams. I'm like, yeah, I put them on private and unlisted, but if somebody has it, fine. Like it's cool.
I love the comment. Little Peepee is safe in his van down by the river. Pray for him.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. He's probably fishing for muskies. right out of the back of his truck.
Down by the river.
Yeah.
What does Maynard save his fish?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, muskie are nasty, and they'll eat your boat or your. Yeah. Oh, they ate a little girl. There's a beach where I used to take my kids to Lake Rebecca, and a muskie attacked her, and she had like 70 stitches.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because she was swimming, and it looked at her leg and thought, that's about the right size, and bit it.
God. How old was she?
I think about 8 years old.
Oh my God!
And so the next time the kids wanted to go to the beach, we didn't go to that beach.
I bet. I fished up. He was in the buffet that day, didn't he?
Yeah, feed my fucking kids to a muskie. No, thank you. It's not good parenting.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't win any parenting awards for sure.
That's actually happened a few times with muskie. They see your leg and your leg looks like a nice sized fish, right? And so they try to bite it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, what is Stephanie talking about now? Gold is forever. It reacts with nothing, not even man's hands, which is all true as far as I know. But like, okay.
Well, wait a minute. No, you can get heavy metal poisoning from gold, can't you? If you hold it long enough.
Well, I just know that gold doesn't interact like. You can melt gold in just about anything that doesn't melt, but the gold won't stick to any metal that I'm aware of.
Oh, Peter. Oh, my God. You're going to get kicked for that one.
Acorns keep raining on my head.
I've got a meditation chair out over the valley, and every time I sit out there, fucking acorns fall on my head. And now I notice we have a hornet's nest out there, so I'm gonna put my bee suit on and go out there and do some adjusting. I do have a bee suit.
You should do a stream in your bee suit one night.
Yeah, I should. Okay, I will.
And then to make it really authentic, bring some bees into your studio.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
No. Bring the hornet's nest. Bring the hornet's nest, and then smash it on the floor just before you start the stream.
And then throw acorns at them.
Yeah.
Biden killed Bitcoin? God damn him. You know, he keeps
sounds like a headline.
Keep falling for the freak.
I better check my Bitcoin and see what Biden did.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm still up $12.
I'd probably sniff the Bitcoin's head.
I'm pretty sure Biden's behind those acorns as well. He's just hiding somewhere in your garden throwing acorns.
And the hornets.
I could just see him hiding behind a bush with a bucket full of acorns.
See, and that surely shows that you know nothing about politics, because you won't see Biden hiding behind a bush.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I am too dumb.
How can they call him Sleepy Joe and still accuse him of doing all these things? I mean, if he's that sleepy, what
right?
All right, Maynard. Look at Maynard took 5th place in a walleye tournament 2 weeks ago. Do you guys go by weight or length in that tournament? Wonder
girth.
Most of them go by weight, but
they go by girth.
Girth, is that what they do?
They go by girth mania.
Wonder how big was your biggest fish? Those things get really big. I know that.
So we got a really big lake called Mille Lacs, and that has lots of walleye. You can't even see across the lake. It's like the ocean. It runs into the horizon. I forget how wide it is, but it's a big thing. I think we should shoot it in the head, guys, because we're rambling about fishing now.
Never put my acorns on your head.
Yeah. Acorns on my head. Yeah,
Maybe we should try to shoot the acorns off your head.
Oh, now there we go. I'm a pretty good shot.
Shoot it in the head. You better be goddamn good throwing a turkey with a fucking acorn.
We should do that with rubber bands and then shoot them in the scientific way, as taught by Kent Hovind.
Oh, there you go. Because it's the spirit leading the flesh, or whatever he says about that shit.
Yes.
Okay,
guys. Spirit. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And isn't it funny that when the spirit leads the flesh, the rubber band goes further?
It's science,
or was that or was it the other way around? I forgot.
All of this has gone right over my head, just like an acorn.
Just like the rubber band.
Just like the rubber band.
Peter, you know the freak, right? Is he a Christian? He's frequent.
The freak is what we call a troll. I don't think that he's the things that come out of his mouth are actually what he thinks and what he believes. He is a Christian who thinks he's a Muslim who thinks that Muhammad was a born again Christian.
That's that's right.
Oh my God!
And,
what?
And he has also argued that both Christianity and Islam are true, and that's what got him hung up on by Matt Dillahunty.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty.
He was
there.
He was on Arn's show, and Arn asked him if he was if he had been drinking too much Reason.
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, we're going to shoot it in the head now. So, anybody have any last things they would like to say about anything?
Yeah, subscribe to my channel.
And I just want to make
sure someone donate a helmet to Speed.
Little PP, you have an open invitation.
Yep. And I had 440 subs but today, and I was going to celebrate, but it went down to 439 because I think Otangelo dropped out again.
That does not surprise me. He will sub and unsub left and right.
So because
we didn't even talk about him, did we?
No.
What?
Oh, shit. Yeah, we have now. Otangelo. Okay, we said that.
Yeah. And I think a couple of people said something about him in the side chat, but that shouldn't count.
Well, I just know he's told me at least 3 different times, I'm not coming to your channel anymore. And then he'll come to my channel.
So it's
and
Friday.
Now he's going to... sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, now he's going to be like, so Germania, I heard you were talking crap about me. And I'm like, dude, stop being a little peepee.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, it's Friday. I'm going to do the extended logo reveal, and we're going to end the show. So goodbye, cruel world. That poor fucking cow.
Answers and atheism. We don't actually kill cows.
But we eat them.